on. You've got something to look forward to. This is it now. Got to try and string those wins together. That will be the goal. That will be the attempt. Yeah, and unlike any other stage, it's best of 5. You've got to hit the ground running.
You do, and every match, like you said, from here for these guys facing elimination, it's not going to be easy. Looks like Brad looks pretty relaxed though.
He's been the best player on this team for the last 2 months. Really, I feel needs the rest of the team to come up to his level, because he was by far the best player in the LCQ. He's been by far the best player in their previous round. And for all of this talk about the Bull, well, right now, he seems pretty sedated. He's not quite been that player.
Yeah, they need him to step it up. It was a bit of a nerve-wracking performance from them against Gen G earlier. I think both teams honestly looked pretty nervous in that matchup. But particularly the shooting wasn't confident. That's a scary thing to look nervous with when you've just got a free chance and you boom the crossbar, you hit the post really hard. The other team are away on the counter-attack. That's been something of a painful pattern in Razebull's career at various moments. Thinking back to Boston when he played with Complexity against Vitality. They had a free shot to win it, and unfortunately his teammate AJG at the time just hit the post, and then Vitality won the game, won the series. You've got to take your chances here at the last chance. Well, actually, it's not the last chance call. They've already done that.
Well, it is last chance in general.
It's the last chance in playing.
These MIB saw, all right, last chance qualifier, and then they went into a round in the previous one and just went, oh, there's no last in this one. There's not a last chance.
Gracias, Mauri, por ese follow, pa. ¿Cómo estás?
Anymore. Do you see Brad back? He is very relaxed, isn't he? Ready to take to the field. Everyone else maybe looking a little bit more locked in. And his drops as well. I feel like he's the one player that maybe hasn't had any sort of discussion around him. I mean, I've been talking obviously about Brad, a lot of talk about Razebull, but what does drops bring to the table here?
Drops for a long time was kind of on the come up in Sam, and we're thinking, is he the next guy up? Well, teams like the club were playing second fiddle to Furia, and Drops would be putting up great performances on teams finishing 3rd, 4th, 5th, etc. over there in South America. But his big result was with Crew, so he got top 8 playing with Crew back in San Diego. That was an event where Razebull, I believe, eliminated him. So
Qué bien, hermanos.
They put that behind them and joined forces. They're just trying to use all their LAN experience to their advantage. They've been here before. They know what this is about. Now they've actually played already on this setup earlier on today. They should, I think, be even more favored in this matchup. I think if this is their opener, maybe Foot can catch them a bit flat. But yeah, they've had a match, lost it, gone back, talked about it, and now they're the favorites, looking to get the job done.
The players do look pretty locked in. Reminder as well, there are, well, it's not a best of 7, this is a best of 5, but that also means for this matchup is that there will be no time out. So anything that the coach wants to say, now will be the time to say it, because once we're in, we are in. Now getting closer and closer to exactly that. And we did see, actually, much to your point as well, for MIBR, when they were in that LC.
La verga, hace 18 años se creó Twitch, güey.
Other teams that very much should make it. You know, a lot of teams that was put above them kind of continued over the LCQ theme of, well, top seed not making it. Pressure on. They were able to perform a lot better. Pressure is on now. Are we expecting a better or middling or worse performance from them now that this pressure is on?
I think better. I think that this is where the LAN experience really does come in handy. I mean, all 3 of these guys, Drops, Razebull, Brad, they've been at so many LANs before, and that I think a loss isn't really going to hurt them in the next game as much as guys like Foot, who haven't yet won at RLCS.
Okay.
Much more painful to get a loss here early, so I'm going to be saying MIBR to win this. I think they start their lower bracket on here.
Prediction locked in?
That's locked.
And I'm going to be doing the exact same. MIBR for myself. I do believe. Can we get the chat predictions as well on this one? Or that's something that you guys are able to do? If not, spam anyway.
Spam it anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Spam away.
I mean, we already know what they're going to be. So if it's either big counting or it's not, but it'll be hashtag FUT or hashtag MIBR. I get a feeling I know roughly where chat will go either way. So, I mean, pressure on.
This is for the chance to play against likely VP. That's VP against NIP in the upper bracket. The loser of that plays against the winner of this to qualify for tomorrow's main event.
And who are they heading towards? Do you know, like, qualification? Who would they head towards in that group?
Oh, I can't remember who they would go towards.
Falcons or KC?
If they're the lowest side, yeah, it would probably be KC. I think KC do play the lowest team, but yeah, the Falcons, obviously, that's a tough match.
I mean, they're both awful.
Yeah,
they're both absolutely
bad
awful.
draws.
But it does sound like we have got players ready. We're obviously ready. Hopefully you guys
Okay.
are ready as well.
No, van a transmitir el de food aquí, güey. Bueno, mientras vemos el de food, en lo que empieza el de Justin.
No more chances to throw a game away, no more chances to miss an opportunity.
Ya aprendiste a las 6 de la mañana, güey.
From this point onwards, or there will be no main event and no play in front of a crowd. MIBR do start off with a little bit of pressure, but it's not too crazy, nothing too dangerous. And Foot can't handle.
Me dormí temprano, chat.
Let's see what he can cook up. Reset, already gained, goes low and almost found the 50 to sneak that ball all his way through. But here's the player I want to see step up here. Raise ball.
Ahí está.
Hype, but no
Buenos días, papá.
But you just know
Oh.
that you can do at any moment. That was a bit wasteful though from MIBR.
¿Quién creen que gane? Esperemos gane el Torres. ¡Oh! ¡Qué bien, Torres!
That is a big open net for Foot to aim at. Leora was in the area looking for a goalie to bump, and there wasn't one. So he's like, oh, man, okay, my job.
¿Se imaginan que le ganen a Made in Brasil, güey?
My teammates shot. They're up by one with a lack of goalkeeper for MIBR.
Simón Simian es el que se pasa aquí.
Most traditional thing in video games, which is sort of shiny thing, went looking for it, did not protect
Con Pilla el Torre, güey.
So lead now for Foot Esports. It's got to be a horrible position to be in.
Oh.
You've trained all year, you've
Jugador caro.
You've done ranked, you've played so many games, and suddenly you realize, oh no. All of
Qué
that
bien.
could come down to, well, the next 3 games that
Que
I
es
play.
con Pilla el Torre, güey.
It's not a game anymore, it is the game. Brad on his way. Good beat, needs some support. Raiseboy's missed the ball.
Yeah, not making contact there, Raze, but you'd think that he'd be playing the ball there. His teammate's calling fake. That's a good setup by Drop.
Los de Made in Brasil son buenos, pues apenas los agarraron, güey. O sea, al único que conozco así machín, güey, es al Racebull, güey. Pero apenas los agarró Made in Brasil, güey. O sea, no son brasileños. El Racebull es chileno. Pero, por ejemplo, los güeyes están en Valorant, pero ahora en Valorant no clasificó ninguno. Ah, no, sí. Made in Brasil sí clasificó para el Mundial de Valo. Que de hecho empieza... este fin de semana también ya empieza el Mundial de Valo. Que te da mi George. Cámara tu control. Ah, lo quito. Arriba. Ahí te voy.
Torres hits Savar again, and a lot of space in this left side of field for Racebull to guide the ball clear. Both teams are running way back.
Como no sé mucho de la VST ni de la RLCS. ¿Cuál es el mejor equipo de Valo? Va a haber sorpresitas en este mundial, ¿eh? Los coreanos, japoneses y chinos están bien locos. Pero pues no sé.
Yeah, you just got contact and you're going to be ahead in this matchup, it seems, because both teams are looking so nervous. A lot of attempted reads on hits that aren't happening, resulting in double whiffs.
I'm telling you, man, those ghosts have got hands.
Oh, that's a good bump on the back wall. Foot actually getting
¡Oy!
the back of it, saved well by Racebull.
¿Qué ha pasado de nuevo? Bueno, ganó Justin. Ganó Ninjas.
He's been effective in setting his team up for success regionally. He did get the MVP of the
¿Quién sería como el Carmen Corp de Valo? El que suele ganar la VST. No, pues que gana cada año uno diferente. No hay uno que domine en Valorant. Pero pues los equipos top son Fnatic. Fnatic. De Norteamérica G2, güey. Qué buen fake se aventaron, güey. No mames.
as both Grops and Leorio try to read it, and then Razebull with the intentional miss. So a lot of misses coming through here. Some of them deliberate, some of them just accidental. And MIBR have taken the lead, but wow, the last chance lower bracket of the play-in is causing misplays to be prevalent.
There is zero flow in this game at the moment. Oh, it should be
goodness.
he's not there in time.
GNT.
Now Razebull, he's not got the boost. He won't be able to take this too far, but nobody's challenging him. And that allows him to get a full court carry. Now Brad's on his way in.
Oh, shit.
Got to challenge the ball.
Oh, well, they've absolutely beaten it at the other end. They don't know what they were thinking. The ball came across so slowly and they weren't there for it. And now they've conceded the first time of asking in defense. Well, I mean, when we tally up all the best chances that have gone astray, at the end of the day, that one is going to be top of the list. And oh, good read on the kick up here. He just chipped it on target. The double half flip, a bit more obvious. Of course, you do have two goalies back, so it's more than
Empezamos muy bien, güey. Ya valió verga esa ventaja que llevaban, güey.
Is MIBR start to settle. Now they've got this lead. They looked so vulnerable in the opening 3 minutes of this game. And Foot Esports, they have not taken advantage of that. Will they get those sort of opportunities again, or will MIBR play their regular game and shut Foot Esports out?
Yeah, I mean, this was a glorious opportunity. MIBR have not played well this game. They're pretty shaky today compared to their usual experienced selves. But this is, you know, what the setting can do to you, especially now that they're up against a team they're supposed to beat. And they're supposed to beat them pretty comfortably as well. When you start to play awkwardly, start to miss touches in the midfield that you're supposed to get, it can really weigh on your conscience. And
agreguen Inximian hashtag Eli. VK, bro. Good.
To them, they're hoping as bad as it gets. For Esports, they'll be hoping it can get worse. They have not taken the chances. They have seen this one slip away.
Bueno, chat, pues 1-0 para el Torres. Pero en contra. A ver. Ya va a empezar el de Justin. Contra los árabes. Heretics juega el Mundial, ¿verdad? Sí.
Taking it from the ground all the way up off the ceiling, landed on the ceiling, jumping off the ceiling. He was all over the place, and he was playing so confidently. And I think that was what caught me off guard, was seeing how comfortable Rock was playing in game one, going for these crazy plays.
Yeah, 1.67 goals per game in that series for Abdullah. And then, is it young man Gazi right here?
Yes, it is.
It sure is. He really is a setup man, and Johnny had him as a top 25 player he predicted at this lane, which is big honors. At this lane, there's 60 players, 60 of the world's best, and for Gazi to make it in his, honestly, his first ever LAN appearance, RCS LAN appearance, that means something. He's already showed up against Foot, swept them.
Es su primera Royal CS presencial de estos güeyes. Y le ganaron al equipo de Torres 3-0, güey.
Rocket League Championship Series here. If they had 4 teams at LANs, this team would have been there all the time. We would be very familiar with these players. This is such an important event for Team Rock to introduce themselves to the world. But on the other side, a team that needs no introduction, a team we've seen play many times, Gen G, with one of the most famous players in all of Rocket League, Justin here with Magic Bear and Cheese. They got the work done earlier, but they had to go to Game 5 there, James.
They did have to work a little bit hard for it, but Justin...
Aura. Yo creo que el Nene va a estar hablando con el Justin, güey.
Tons of experience. This team has very high expectations for themselves. They want to be talked about as a team in the upper echelon, the elite. But they need to get these results. And the first series that they put out was a little closer than I think they wanted.
Ya anda ya, o que según hoy salía a las 10 de la mañana. Me cambié el nombre de Twitch. Sabrás, güey. Muchas gracias, Baiko. Te lo agradezco, papá. Bienvenido, papá.
could mean momentum's on their side.
Exactly, and then
Muchas gracias.
4 and 5 in that last series for Gen G Gibbs. They shut out MIBR. They didn't let them score 0, and that's after they let them score six goals and 4, especially in game number 2. After going down 2-1 in the series.
Yeah.
Speaking of on that, so really they stepped it up. They locked it up on defense, and then the offense came to them. They kept being a little more clinical, took the opportunity.
Borra la cuenta, meco.
And a lot of the
Qué
success
pedo,
of
bola.
Gen G, I think comes from Cheese. Cheese has had a great rise to the upper ranks of North American players. He has been putting in the time, and it's finally paying off. He is the core of the team to me. I think when he is playing well, it spreads.
And speaking of putting in time, Magic Bear's been around for a while, and this is finally his breakout year, making all the lands. Gen G land experience.
Borraja.
Because they've made it to every single one so far, so they have that going for them. We'll see if the nerves play a bigger factor, though, because it's the World Championship.
Magic Bear, man, what a long road.
El Magic Bear.
Playing on Torrent back in the day.
That was your squad.
That was his squad. I love that squad so much. And there was so many players in that came through that program. That was like, I wonder if we're going to see them at the World Championship. I think he's the first one that started that's made it all the way here. We'll see if they can get it done. I will say this Gen G squad, they were one of the stories of the year back during the first event.
Hola, Neon, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido, pa.
Gen GK Miracle Run.
Yeah, the Miracle Runs back-to-back for both NA and EU. Gen G was one of those teams. We'll see if they can keep that Miracle Run going.
¡Mira!
Here. That Miracle Run that started
El Viper.
through to now. Chat, let us know who you think's going to win the progressive fan vote.
El Viper.
For Team Rock, hashtag GGM1 for Gen G, and it is time for them to play some more of this fantastic esport. We'll get into it here. I'm curious to see how the predictions are going to go up here for us on the desk. James, I could see you going either way. Who you got?
You know, I feel like Rock does have a great ability. Like, this is a very talented team, but I am actually going to side with Gen G on this one. I believe in this team. I believe in their system. You know, I personally witnessed firsthand how much work they put in on and off the field. And I think, you know, just like their story this whole year has been fighting and then finally breaking through when it matters most. I think we'll see that from Gen G here at the World Championship.
Okay.
When we talk about regional rivalries, you know, I think this is a new one. MENA versus NA. Who's the next best?
James votó Gen
The 1
G.
seed of MENA is better than the 1 seed of NA. The 2 seed of MENA is better than the 2 seed of NA. So why not the 3 seed of MENA being better than the 3 seed of NA? I'm going Rock.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
Gibbs brings it up, man. Gibbs brings up a good question, man. There's another storyline at this RLCS World Championship. Is MENA better than North America? I'm going to say no just yet. I'm going to get Gen G in a tight winning game 5. Bro.
Gen G, okay.
Gen G, I think they're going to have a great game plan.
La verga, el Gibbs votó Rock.
But listen, this is the big question here, Wave.
Neta, igual de vendepatrias como el Simian.
We're going to find out. This is an important chapter in that story. Personally, to me, I got my personal power rankings here. I got Rock at 11. I got Gen G at 12. So I'm going to go with Rock on this one. But, man, it's as close as it can be right there in the middle of the pack. And a good opportunity to jump in these rankings for me personally that everyone cares about. Let's see how the coin feels about it out here. Come on, Rock on one side, Gen G on the other. Into the air. It's going to come down Gen G for that one. It went Gen G. The coin's 50-50 so far today.
I mean, that means I got a pretty good shot at being right then.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if the rest of everyone else hadn't gone Shopify, the coin would have been right. Who knows? You know, let's pretend that the predictions we make here on the desk affect the field. Yeah, that was a crazy one. We'll see. Gen G a favorite on the desk narrowly, given the coin. It's otherwise split. Chat's going to have it pretty much down the middle as well. This one feels good. So far, we've had very one-sided predictions and very even matches. We now have a very even.
A la verga, güey. Pues a poco sí están bien poderosos los pinches árabes, güey.
North America. Who's the number 2 region? Maybe number 1. This is a world championship. You could really make a statement with an impressive performance over these next 5 days. It all starts here for these teams. Gen G Mobile 1 Racing versus Rock Esports to continue on.
Gen G Mobile 1 Racing finds themselves between a rock and a hard place here, trying to advance into the main event and get out of the play-in. But Rock has all the momentum after a dominant performance on both sides of the field against Foot. Game 1, brought to you by Progressive, and we are underway.
I think the desk brought up a fantastic question. What is the conversation right now between MENA and North America? Very little separating the two. And Waypoint then put it best. This
Empieza esto, chavales.
Chapter in that story when a documentary is inevitably made by some incredible YouTuber out there.
Neta, güey, pinches árabes, güey.
And Rock, they're currently unproven.
Güey, los árabes son como los pinches chinos, güey, en los otros juegos, güey. Este güey, el vendepatrias del Nick, güey.
It is a very attractive pick for a lot on the team. I've got Gen G in this one for the simple fact that I think Rock looked really good against a team that gave them a lot of time and space to work with and did not punish some mistakes that others would have. Ghazi right down the middle and just caught up to by Cheese. Can they get any kind of counterattack action? They cannot. It's Abdullah from the wing and met by Magic Bear.
I mean, the issue that I had with Gen G last series is that they got that game won and then they massively slowed down. They technically won that first one, but I felt like they still came out the gates extremely slowly. They were taken advantage of by their opponents, and MIBR ended up just not quite being able to pip them at the post. But Gen G,
creo que Justin tenía mucho tiempo y no.
And I feel like Rock, I'm intrigued about these. We should all be intrigued about what talent is coming out of Mina. It's not all Falcons. It's not all Twisted Minds.
Rock especially strong in their 50 game against Foot. As Cheese couldn't quite get out of the zone. Justin can for a moment. But where else they excelled was their passing. Ghazi had 7 assists on the 9 goals that Rock scored against Foot in that opening round.
No. No mames, el Gassi se parece un chingo a los gemelos, güey.
This happened time and time again with VP versus Rebellion, and now Gen G are cursed with the exact same affliction. Rock, fantastic goal to set them off 2 minutes in.
So yeah, Rock's 50 game, pretty good. Abdullah with his 6th goal of the tournament. Cheese has that taken away by Ghazi.
El G's.
Ghazi looking in the direction of Twiz. That's trouble for Gen G. Twiz high and wide, and Cheese just got it out only as far as Abdullah. And Gen G still had some work to do, but they're able to clear the zone for a moment.
And Gen G were plagued earlier on by the fact that they just kept all committing for the same ball on defense when they were rushed. They didn't really have a system by the looks of things. They just kept going together. That would burn boost. It would then mean that they were out of position. Rock, if they can take advantage of that and just keep peppering their net with shots, it's going to go well for them. Twiz goes up for one, attempts that little dunk. I thought he might go for the musty. If it was free airspace, I think he might have done. Justin receives from Cheese, but into that corner now from Twiz.
Don't be fooled by the fact that this team came out.
¡Hola, verga! Ya tengo el primer drop yo.
Against Foot all we want, but now they're doing it here against Gen G. Twiz beaten out by Justin. Abdullah there to support.
¿Qué pedo, bola? Dile algo al Nakagael.
Ghazi again. Every time Ghazi is anywhere near the ball, Gen G have to sit forward just a little bit more. This time it's Abdullah forcing one through. Twiz now looking to strike, and that's blocked out to the side as well.
It's great disruptive play from Abdullah here. Going for a couple of those bumps, making that Gen G defense that's already sitting on tenterhooks be that little bit more awkward. Ghazi.
Juegan bien los árabes, güey,
Beats the second, bumps the third. No, he goes for the shot instead. And Cheese, that solid man from the previous series, he manages to get the clear away. Twiz up on his own. Maybe believed that Justin had it, so he shied away.
Something is very telling as we go back the other way. You know, Ghazi did not score in the first series.
Juegan como yo. Pero el Valorant, bola.
He has 3 shots in this game. He is sniffing around the net. And looking to add in another layer for Gen G to contend with. Final minute now in game 1. Abdullah's right there. Can stay with this play. Another 50 going the way of Rock. Flick on and sent out by Magic Bear inside 45 seconds. And while Gen G needs to get the ball rolling forward, they have not moved downfield nearly quick enough. That shot's going to be wide.
Ay.
But Justin can't get there to put it back.
Los de la vez es muy insano, ¿sí? Oh, Justin, no puedes perder. Ouch. Ouch.
Ghazi backboard pretty much solo, but Magic Bear wants to force his way in. Final 15.
What a win by Justin, but that is deep into Rock territory. Gen G's got to send the house. Extra pass.
Hola, verga, güey. Qué buena save se aventó ese cabrón.
And Twiz holds all the cards. He'll ground it in Rock. Take game 1.
certainly controlling the pace of that game as well. Very impressed with how much they were able to be in the Gen G half without necessarily looking like they were overcommitting, without looking like they were pushing themselves up too far and looking vulnerable to a counter-attack. Instead, Gen G were the ones who suffered from that counter-attack, the very quick pinch out to get that single goal in game number 1. And Rock, they're so good at those 50s because when you exist in a region alongside the Falcons, how are you going to not be? You need to learn a trial by fire for them.
And back-to-back shutouts for this Rock team. And again, it's their 50s. I mean, we can say it all we want. Literally, first goal is a 50 that goes into their net. And, you know, hi, how you doing?
Hello, mate. You're right.
Is it craning your neck to look down here?
Is it craning yours as well?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Well, hey, two
Ey, tú eres bueno en los juegos, yo. ¿Cómo se desplanta la Spike? Pedo. BX.
They have everything rolling, and this is what they did in the LCQ as well, Stumpy. You know, they scored more than anybody else in
Mira el BX árabe.
and they conceded less than anybody else. 2.64, 1.4.
Árabe X.
That's what they're doing again now. Not letting the opposition get comfortable at all. We go to game 2 now at Forbidden Temple, and can Rock continue to stymie Gen G?
I mean, the full pace, the full control of that first game was entirely Rock's doing. Gen G had little say as to how that game ended up looking, but it was very close. Twiz, however,
A la verga, güey.
gracious, dents the crossbar and starts off game 2 with a bang.
An absolute missile.
No mames, qué putazo, güey.
Yeah, I agree. What a shot.
Just a haymaker straight into the jaw of Gen G off the rip. How do you respond?
Crying is a free action. See if Gen G can mount some offense here in this series. Cheese. Low shot sent away. Justin denied as well. And Abdullah.
Creo que va a ser 3-0, Chade.
That forces Magic Bear back.
Juegan muy cabrón. Lo da la verga, míralo.
Gazi looking for another assist.
Pinche loco.
Abdullah also doing that with very little boost, and now he has some. Will he be able to defend against Cheese? Instead, Twiz is swiping across, and the amount of
Justin se tiene que sacar la polla,
blind spot for Rock. It's so impressive because Gen G are looking at the man in front of them and thinking, how do I beat them? But Rock will swipe you from an angle that you wouldn't even expect.
Oh, Twiz, great 50 to set up Abdullah, and Magic Bear just standing tall right on the goal line at point blank range.
I feel like so far I described Gen G as having clumsy.
Qué clean se ve en Twitch. En Valo Co hace mucho no lo probaba. ¿Qué?
But ultimately got the save, and it's incredibly impressive. You can still do that after making a slight
Yeah.
error. Abdullah now faces down one. I would have loved Gazi there to go for the second. Instead, he shies away back to the midfield.
Love that from Abdullah too. He had Cheese jumping, anticipating the heavy shot. Just patient play to wait him out. But the entire Gen G defense collapsing on that play. Now Cheese trying to get around contact from Gazi. Gazi doing all he can to keep this out of the center. And finally Abdullah has to come in and clear it out. Got dangerous there. That's
La FNT.
Gen G has come in this entire series. All 7 minutes of it so far to getting on the board. And yet another 50 cleanly won by Abdullah.
Yeah, massive dome, making sure that ball rockets back towards the orange half. Justin has no boost, and Magic Bear, he's off the
Valió verga, chat.
How dare you go for that? That is no respect on your elders.
Both goals unassisted for Abdullah in this series. 7 on the day. He has been an absolute menace.
We can see the over on the alternate stream on RL Esports.
Arabekis.
have taken down Foot Esports in the lower quarterfinal. They are going to be moving through. See if they can make it into the main event.
Chat, los árabes están muy rotos para jugar Rocket League, güey.
Who is going to be joining them? So far, very much looking like Rock. And again, Abdullah, sheer speed.
La verga, güey.
Than you. Quick reflex. Perfect placement.
Wow.
Abdullah is the MVP of the day.
I mean, we were saying earlier, you play with Falcons, you play with Twisted Minds, you're going to be good at 50s. The other thing you're going to be good at is going really blooming quick.
Cheese trying to force his way through the corner. Justin in support.
En la noche unas ranks.
Clear by Ghazi.
¿De qué, güey?
He's still on the ball. That's trouble again, but Abdullah's way back. And maybe Gen.G can get him on the counterattack. Trying to win a challenge against Twiz. Not many have today. Twiz will take charge here, and Cheese can only float it back towards center. Ghazi unable to snipe the corner.
Le van a dar, güey. Va, yo lo veo, güey.
20 boost, drops it down, a pinch does in this time go in favor of Gen.G. Magic wants to catch Twiz though, waits on the backboard. Ghazi commits alongside him, means that Twiz can keep a little bit of boost, and he does so and actually remains with that boost. Rock work themselves out of their half.
That's a good job by Magic Bear getting back and establishing control, give his teammates time to get set up and help out.
Digo, en la noche una rank de Valorant, pues. ¿Quién que le va a dar?
Frozen for a moment, that's down on the goal line and sent out by Magic Bear. Once again, Rock Esports getting very close to adding to their tally, and Gen.G yet to score. They had gone 10 and a half minutes without being scored on until Rock got the only goal of game one, and they have not shown any mercy to Gen.G. Magic Bear finally bounces one through in the final minute of game two.
It's a good time to do it. As soon as you get below
¿Para cuál es tu main bola?
5-second mark, it becomes a lot harder mentally to think that we can bring back 3 goals. We saw Gentlemates do it against Ultimates, I believe. They got back 3.
¿Y ya jugaste ranks, bola, o sigues jugando tus Swift Plays?
Gen.G have got a lot more time than that, and very possible. But it needs to start here. 1 must lead to 2, must lead to 3. Otherwise, they find themselves serious point and a reverse sweep in the best of 5.
Pero, ¿para qué maineas un personaje si juegas Swift Plays, güey?
The Rock defense sends Gen.G packing again. Down to 35 seconds as Abdullah tried to add to his already impressive tally. Here comes Gen.G. They know they've got to push it forward. That also means it'll be open at the back. Another demo on the play, but nothing else.
Pero qué pruebas, bola, si la Clove es el personaje más easy de jugar. Con uno te curas, con uno avientas una bola y pones humos feos. Porque hace fake. ¡Oh! ¡No!
Gen.G need to do everything they can lest they fall to the lowers.
We're really going to start having this conversation about how many teams every region gets to send to these things.
I don't want to start that conversation.
I know you weren't going to.
I will get torn to shreds if I start that. But Stacks, as a resident American here, you can do it safely.
Wow. You know, Rock can do no wrong. It's really what this comes down to. Just about every challenge they've won, and they have literally scored off of them. Remember we talked about, go back to the first major of last year, and how Gentlemates were
la verga la Abdullah, güey.
Exact opposite here from Rock. They can't.
Güey, qué buen tiro ese, güey.
It is phenomenal to watch.
Qué buenos tiros. Estamos ganando Justins.
On both of the goals, the really impactful goals, was him just going complete full bore. I know that you're slow. I know that you're going to be awkward.
A ver. Lo que tiene que hacer Gen.G es meterles más presión, güey. Y tratar de jugar más solo plays. Pero, porque estos güeyes juegan mucho a pass plays. Entonces, tienen que cambiar mucho su playstyle, güey. GG. Sí. A eso me refiero, güey. O sea, tenía mucho tiempo, tenía boost y lo primero que hace es buscársela a Justin, forzar a Justin sin boost y que force de una. Y ahora ese güey ya tiene mucho tiempo para hacer una solo play. ¿Ven? De seguro haces entrenamientos pros para mejorar en Valorant. Yo juego Clove en Swifts para probarla. Neta, güey. Ven.
It's just not worked internationally. And this is Rock's first outing internationally, and everything has worked. In the first minute, though, they stay level at 0-0. Gazi to the ceiling. I wouldn't mind a fake here, but instead Cheese does come into challenge, so he's not able to.
Bro. 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 Como porque va a ir a tronar Magic Beer, güey. Nah, hay un chingo de gente que todavía sigue jugando con el Octane. Beast Mode, por ejemplo, güey. Justin también luego lo usa. Pero pues ya se cambió a Fennec. Bro. Nah. Se van a los losers. Pero aquí sí ya no sé cómo vayan contra quién. El único pedo es de que... Oh, mames. Qué bien. Nice. Nice. ¿Qué eso me refiero, güey? Tienen que hacer más plays. O sea, como no forzarlas tanto, güey. Con tiempo. No, ya nada más quedan 2 partidos más, creo. Neta. Güey, ven, es que... Viperiel, mis papis. Ay, mis peludos. Elimian. Amigos, están jugándoles con un miedo, güey. No me está gustando nada el playstyle de Genji, güey. Y es que Justin pues, no puede hacer mucho, güey. Porque pues se avientan a todo, güey. Sí, Justin. ¡Ay! ¡Ay! Cuidado que esos güeyes están locos, güey. La pirga, güey. Mucha inseguridad de Genji. No es inseguridad, güey. Es que lo están bombardeando todo el tiempo. Entonces lo primero que quieren hacer... No, Magic. Amigo, ¿cómo le pegas tan feo, güey? Haz fake otra vez. Manda otro pase, güey, pero no la mandes para allá, güey. A ver. Yo voy a decir qué es lo que pasa. Que los árabes juegan un playstyle muy chaser, güey. Lo están bombardeando todo el tiempo, güey. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que pasa, güey? Que no los dejan ni respirar, güey. ¿Sabes? Vean, ya tienen a uno. Y entonces, ¿qué es lo que pasa? Que Genji forza mucho las pelotas para salir de una. Sin boost. A toques donde les vuelven a quedar a los árabes. Los starvean. ¡Qué golazo, güey! ¡A la verga! O sea... Pues GG, chat. 3-0. Posiblemente Rock Esports gane, ¿eh? ¡Cuidado!
flick over Abdullah, but right there is Ghazi for the save. Magic Bear doesn't have a flip.
Es que vean, güey. Esos güeyes todo el tiempo están haciendo toques que afectan mucho, cortando balones. Nah, Justin literal ya está, o sea, pegándole por pegar, güey. GG. GG. Nick navideño. Y pues creo que a Torres le ganaron 3-0 también, ¿no? Creo que Torres ya está eliminado. Sí. Güey, qué pedo con los árabes, güey. Cat, muchas gracias por ese follow. Thank you. ¿A qué hora juega el nene? No.
There's going to be fireworks. But there already are fireworks. Oh, there are. The sky is lit up purple with Rock's colors. Such an impressive performance. You would not know that 2/3 of these players are RLCS LAN rookies.
Creo que lower bracket semifinal va. Creo que iría a Gen.G contra Virtus. Sí, ¿no? Y va a ir Ninjas contra Rock. Ese todo tibio del nene es mi chavo, nomás juega cuando yo estoy descansando. Hola Daira, buenos días.
That's enough of you, Snuffy. We're here with Ghazi from Rock Esports. A wonderful win. First off, congratulations. How is it being at your first LAN and Worlds at that?
أول شيء ألف مبروك غازي على تأهلك أول مرة تكون متواجد معنا في بطولة عالمية لروكت ليج فخبرنا.
Yo sé árabe, chat. Yo les digo qué dice.
والله أفضل شعور لأنها
Dice
أفضل
sí,
بطولة
los de Gen.G no traen. Justin juega solo. Ese güey ni clasificó, Daira. Acá juega pelota RL. Mamones. Chad, me gustaría ver cómo, o sea, el playstyle de los árabes es muy bueno, güey. O sea, es muy agresivo. Y para alguien de Norteamérica, güey, que te juegue así, güey. O sea,